Hello everyone. So in the last two videos we've actually printed stuff out to the console, but I don't think that's enough. The next thing that I want to talk about is actually having the user enter something on the console or the terminal and reading that input. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. So let's just go ahead and create a new file first and save it as user input.c, and I'll just once again write uh, the basic code here. And the way to take user input is pretty simple actually. Now that you've seen printf, we are going to use a similar function called scanf. So we just need to write scanf, and then we need to say within double quotes, let's say a person D, which means that we are expecting to scan an integer. So if the user gives something like ABCD, that won't be acceptable. So like in printf, we had to give something after a comma here. We need to give that in scanf as well, and in scanf what we need to give it is an ampersand followed by the name of a variable in which we want this scanned value to be stored. So let's just say I store it in some variable called n, and let's just save this and try running it. gcc user input.c -o user input.exe, and I didn't expect this to run. So the error here says that n is undeclared, as you can see here. So what I haven't done is made a variable named n, and I need to do that first. So let's just write int n, and now it should work without any problems. But this again doesn't make too much sense in actually running it, because we haven't used a printf or anything here. So let's just do a printf %d and n here. So there's one difference between printf and scanf that you'll have to remember. A scanf needs an ampersand here, and you'll understand the significance of an ampersand later, but for now just remember that a scanf needs an ampersand whereas a printf doesn't. So let's just go ahead and compile this again, and let's just run it now. And it actually just does nothing, and the reason for that is because it's waiting for me to give it some input. So let's just say I give an input 42, and I hit enter. So what it does is it just prints 42 again, and that's actually, I think, pretty cool, because what we've achieved is we took user input in this line and then printed out whatever input we got in the next one. So another thing that I want to show you about printf is that you can actually do arithmetic here as well. So if I actually just print n plus 1 here, that works too. Let's just compile this, and before I run it, let me just clear this, and let's run this now. And this time let me give it an input 41 and hit enter. So as you can see, it printed 42 here. It actually performed this addition and then printed out the result. So that's one part, and I actually want to also show you what happens if I give it something like ABCD, let's say, and I hit enter. It just prints 1, which is, I think, some totally random value. So because this scanf was actually expecting an integer, and ABCD doesn't make sense to it, so that's another thing. And once again, I can have a char C here, and if I want to read a char, I can do a %c ampersand c, and I can just print c here. So let's just go ahead and try this program now, and this time let me just print a. I hit enter, it prints a, and let's just see what it does if I give it a b c d now. It actually just takes the first character that it got. It just ignores the rest of them. So that's how you can take characters, and if you want to take floating point numbers, you can actually just do a float f and take a %f here. That's for floating point numbers, and let's just do an ampersand f and f here and an f here. So let's just compile this again, and this time I can give it something like 2.5, and it actually printed 2.50000. So that's something that we'll put up with for now. We'll later see how to actually fix this, but I think for this video this should be enough. I'll see you next time.